Welcome back to Foster and Grow, guys.
Yeah, thanks for joining us again. What have we got for everybody today, Jared?
So we're just going to be basically doing a bit of a video on the Echeveria Mauna Loa, as well as a quick update on our Violet Queen and Painted Lady. But can you tell me a little bit more about the Mauna Loa, Gareth?
Yeah, so it's actually a hybrid of the Echeveria gibbiflora, and they originate in south central Mexico, and it's named after a volcano in Hawaii.
Pretty cool. Yeah, so now we might talk about a few of the characteristics of this beautiful plant as well. So as you can see, this is quite a small one of the two, but we've actually got quite a big one which we showed at the start of the video.
Yeah.
And you can expect these guys to get up to about 50 centimetres wide and about 30 centimetres high. So
The
reasonably
leaves,
big Echeveria, yeah.
25 centimetre long leaves, so they're absolutely humongous.
Yeah, and as Gareth was saying, the leaves, they're huge, kind of fleshy ones once they get to a decent size. Apart from that, you won't notice it as much on this one, but on the one which we've got outside, you actually do start to get a little bit of curling around the leaves as well. And they'll tend to get kind of a red pinkish to orange kind of tinge along the leaves, depending on the season.
Yeah.
Further to that, as the plant gets a bit more mature, you'll also notice that they get carunculations. So what's that again, Gareth?
So that's when they get these bumps on the actual leaves. Both of our plants haven't actually matured to that stage yet.
Need to be about 3 years or older.
But we'll put a picture up so you can see, and it looks like nothing else. They look just incredible. What's the other really cool striking feature about the other plant that we've shown them?
Yeah, so in terms of the flower stem for these guys, they get huge. So the one we've got's a metre high. What do you reckon? Yeah,
a metre.
And yeah, quite a long and huge flower stem compared to a lot of the other Echeverias we've got.
Yeah.
But yeah, very beautiful, and they'll tend to get those flower stems in autumn and winter.
Yeah.
And you'll get a pink to kind of orange flower on them.
And again, we've got a photo of another gibbiflora that'll show you, quite similar flowers. So they're beautiful. So when it comes to the location for the Mauna Loa, there are a couple of key considerations you'll need to take into account. Firstly, if you get temperatures below about -1 degree Celsius,
So about 29 degrees Fahrenheit.
which we definitely do here, you will need to protect the plants. So they're not frost tolerant. We will definitely overwinter our plants either in the greenhouse for the bigger one or maybe even inside for the smaller one. Another thing is if you're actually on the coast, you can give them full sun location because you've got high humidity. Where we are inland though, they actually prefer partial sun. Yeah, or partial shade. And we definitely protect this from afternoon sun because that's when it's hottest and can do the most damage to the plant. But other than that, just give them 6 hours of sunlight and you should be fine.
Yeah, so in terms of plant care for the Echeveria Mauna Loa, there's a few key considerations that you should have, and this is for most Echeverias as well. So firstly, what you want to make sure is in terms of with your watering habits, you try to avoid watering directly into the rosette. Further to that, you also want to make sure that basically you've got a well-draining soil and good ventilation. So why is that, Gareth?
So that's just because they are susceptible to a little bit of leaf and stem rot. And by keeping them ventilated, you will reduce the chances of that happening.
Further to this, another big consideration is basically the size of these plants and how big they get. It can block out a bit of light.
Yeah, so we do have an example, the bigger one that we've got outside, that has doubled in size over the last sort of 3 months. And it's now sort of overgrown a couple of other succulents that we've got in that pot. So
we're looking at moving them out now.
We will definitely be doing that. So we're worth a look.
But further to that as well, what you can find with these, just in terms of how they tend to grow, you might want to have a look at trying to make them a little bit more compact. And you do that basically by lopping off a bit of the head, and then what you'll look to do is basically allow that one to sit, heal, and grow a few roots, and then you can repot that in spring. So this is a good time to do it as well when you are doing the cutbacks, it's springtime. But further to that, it will also encourage the plant to basically have much more compact growth.
It'll definitely love being cut back when it's too tall on the stem. So when it comes to propagation for the Mauna Loa, there are two different ways that we would recommend. We have experienced one of the ways, which is via the stem. So as Jared was speaking about before, when you behead the top of the plant, keep the actual base and you will eventually get more small plants forming off of that lower part of the stem, which is, we've definitely seen that before. Very good way to do it.
Not to mention the head as well.
Yeah.
Able to be planted as well.
So you've got the head is the other plant and the stem will produce smaller babies. The other way that we haven't tried are via the bracts, and they are the small, like they're almost like miniature leaves that form on the flower stem. We will give this a try and let you know how it goes, but if you gently take those off, let them callus, keep them maybe in a greenhouse or on your windowsill, fingers crossed you should get roots eventually and have another plant, but we will let you know how that goes in the future.
Yeah, so as you can see with the Echeverias, they're a beautiful plant in general to have in the garden because of the amount of colour and vibrancy which you tend to get through the winter period. So with these guys, it's more kind of because of their leaves and the flowers and such they get.
Exactly.
But apart from that, we also thought we'd just give you a quick update on a couple of these other ones. So with the Echeveria Violet Queen, as you can see, the winter time has actually given it quite a lot of vibrancy in terms of the leaves. So it's very purple tinged now compared to what we've had on our videos on this channel before. And further to that, we've also got the
painted ladies. So yeah, that's beautifully in flower at the moment as well. Just which is amazing to have in the garden. Yeah, thanks for joining us again today. Hope you love the plant as much as we do. Make sure you do hit those like and subscribe buttons for us. It definitely helps. And we'll be back soon with another beautiful plant. We'll see you soon.
See you guys.